Lord, thank you for letting us gather here once again. I've had a couple days to really think about all the many blessings that you help provide me and my friends and family, and it's awesome getting to see that in real time. And I pray to see the continual growth and blessings from our works through you, Lord. I ask that you use us, guide us, direct us. Let us do your work, Lord. Thank you for giving us your Son, Lord, and him dying for all of our sins. And these things I pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. What is up, guys? As you can tell, we did not say the normal name because there is a rebrand, a switch. I feel like that's something like Jocko would say, is there's a rebrand, a switch, or something of that nature. But we have been thinking a lot lately, and we've tried to been figuring out what is the true thing that we're really, really both passionate about. So not just something I'm passionate about that John Boy don't really care for, not something that John Boy's passionate about that I don't really care for. And after we really, really sat down, we thought about it, we created the whole Skeptics podcast thing to where we could really talk about anything, but the name Skeptic applies that we try to look for the pinholes in a lot of different things, and that would include anything from like conspiracies, lifestyle, politics, all that kind of stuff. Well, after sitting down and discussing everything, we've kind of figured out the thing that we're both truly, truly passionate about is two different things, Jesus and personal development within yourself. So therefore, we thought it would be appropriate to rebrand the podcast to where it's more focused on things of that nature. And we've came up with a name that we think sounds pretty cool. And after this podcast, you will actually have to type this name in to find us again, because it will not be on Skeptics Podcast anymore. It will be under a new name that we like to say is called Rooted and Rising. And the reason behind that, I'm sure a lot of people can speculate on all kind of stuff, but the two different things. We're rooted in Jesus Christ. We're Christians. We'll always say that. That's one thing we'll always push. And then rising, we're hope that we're always able to rise above new levels in anything that we do.
Yeah, growth.
Right. So, with that being said, like I said, after this podcast, you will have to search Rooted and Rising to find us, because this name will no longer be a name. There will be a whole new picture, and there's a couple things that we're going to end up working on. We're going to kind of change the podcast set around too, but we did want to go ahead and make that announcement. The one thing that we are keeping the same, though, we always ask John Boy how he's doing.
Sheesh.
Because we're about personal development here.
Yeah, yeah.
And we want to hear how John Boy is doing. So, John Boy.
Yeah.
Hit the people.
I'm doing pretty good. I've got some different stuff I'm working on right now as far as personal development goes. I'm also had some different ideas, things I've noticed and seen that I think if I make some particularly good changes, they're going to be good, I think, in my life, then we should see better results. Not just for me, but for those who have to interact with me, you know. And so I think that's interesting. Besides that, my brain is a little full recently. I don't know why. I've just been tired, and I've had a lot on my mind. So, with all that being said, I'm doing good, though. Got some good stuff I'm working on.
Right on.
Yeah.
So one of the topics that we're going to go over is actually John Boy was thinking about this. And, well, with that being said, I'm not going to butcher it. John Boy, take it away.
Well, I was driving, and if you don't know me, I like to drive. And it's a good time for me to get ideas and things and just kind of, it gives me the time to think about stuff. And so I was driving, and it hit me. Sin, right? We all want to avoid it, but it's hard, right? Well, when is it hardest? That's the first thing come to mind. I said, not the small stuff. Let's talk about what's the big ones, and when is that gonna attack you the most, or when are you gonna have the most weakness for it to get a hold of you? Well, for me personally, it's when I'm by myself. That's when I have the most time to decide, this is it's not a bad idea. Because it's like, I don't know, these bad ideas, these sinful thoughts creep into your mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing to distract you from it. Okay? So the only thing that I've been able to come up with to fight that, if you're all by yourself, like imagine if you were alone in the woods on a camping trip, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you had one of these sinful thoughts creep into your head. Whatever it may be, I don't care. I could come up with a bunch of different scenarios, but the best bets you have is to do a handful of things. And I think the main one, which I think is the one that people probably struggle with the most, is to stop in that moment before you get really too far ahead of yourself and ask and genuinely ask God for help. So now you have to be self-aware enough to know that, like, okay, I've got this something creeping up on me, and then you have to be able to stop whatever your urge or idea or thought is, and then ask Him for help to overcome it. Now that's going to be hard, because it doesn't mean He's just going to take your whatever away, your problems, But He'll definitely give you an ability, like a path to do better at that, or like a way out. It may not be right now, but give it a year and see where you're at versus where you started. As far as like any kind of...
What would you say to the people that don't believe in God? But they have some sense of urgency that they know this thing that they may or may do may be wrong.
Then you're going to have to become self-aware enough of like your actions. And you're going to have to really think about the stuff that you're doing. And if you believe it's wrong, then you're going to have to find a way to overpower that whatever it is that you get from doing something that's wrong. Like, let's say you're addicted to gambling to the point that, like, you're about to have to remortgage your home, okay? And you wake up and you're like, it's Saturday, I'm about to go to the casino. Or you're getting off work on Friday and you're about to go.
Mm-hmm.
And you're so excited. There's the chemical release in your brain, knowing that you're going to go gamble.
Right.
You've got to be able to come up with a self-awareness enough to leave everything, take $100. Like, if you want to start off slow, if you don't want to just go cold turkey, pull $100 cash and leave literally everything else besides like your driver's license. Leave your credit cards, leave everything at home.
Right.
Hopefully you don't live, like if you're in Las Vegas, you're cooked. You're cooked.
Yeah.
All right, but if you're like around here, you have to drive. Well, you're going to have to literally stop and be like, okay, this is the conscious effort I'm going to make to do better, because I know that I'll spend every dollar I've got.
Right.
And so you're going to have to literally cut yourself off from being physically able to do anything else.
Right. Yeah. So you gotta find a way to, even if you were to do something, there's gonna somehow, some way there will be a limit to whatever that is.
Yeah.
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 So I agree with that fully.
Yeah. Like if you don't have your bank stuff set up on your phone and you don't have your cards with you, any way to pull money out of ATM, and literally all you have is $100, then what are you gonna do? That's all you got.
Yeah, for sure. just don't then go rob somebody just for the fact that you're gonna be able to gamble.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that for sure. I think like a lot of like if I ever have an urge to do anything that I deem is pretty bad, I definitely agree with the don't be alone thing.
Yeah, that makes it too easy, I think. It makes it way too easy to, like, it gets to the point where you're not, I don't think, consciously thinking about the consequences.
No, definitely not.
You're just thinking about that next high you're going to get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Then and it cracks me up to this day when I hear people say, I wish I lived in a cabin by myself. Yeah, good luck. It's like those are the people that you end up hearing on the news that they didn't have a good life.
Well, I've heard of only like one or two guys who had like a good life because of it. And I think they literally wanted to escape. They wanted to be to like where there was nothing bad. Like there's nothing you could access. Like one of the guys, his name's Dick Prenicky. I love his story.
Doesn't have a wife or anything?
As far as I'm aware.
Wow.
You can watch his story. He actually recorded some of his life and like him building this cabin out in the woods of Alaska on this lake, which is now preserved by like the Alaskan government, like the state government. But it's called Alone in the Wilderness. It's a really good little program. I really have enjoyed it over the years. Ironically, I sound just like my grandpa.
But you enjoyed it enough to where you would want to do it?
Not anymore these days. There was a time where it sounded very appealing because the idea for this guy in particular, Dick Prenicky, he went up there. By the way, that's short for Richard. I believe his full name's Richard, but if you go to looking it up and you're like, oh, he lied to me. No, that's a shortening of the name. Okay, and so he saved up all his money and all his resources, and he worked a factory job, making as much as he could there, and saving up every last dollar he could save for like 30 years. Retired at like 50, moved to Alaska, stayed in a friend's cabin that a guy he'd become friends with. He stayed in that cabin while he built his own, like away from there. While he was pretty much getting set up, he stayed in this guy's old rundown hunting cabin, you know. Got his own place built, and I'm pretty sure he lived the rest of his days out there after he retired at like 50. And he lived to be, I don't know, pretty old, 70s, 80s.
Oh, he's no longer alive?
No.
Oh,
no,
gotcha.
he's passed now. That's why they've preserved it, because it was like.
See, I wonder if there's any, like, there's some people that think that there's, like, say he was surrounded by the ones that he loved all the time, that he would have lived to like 100.
Maybe. But the thing is, I also don't know his whole story. I've never like read much about the man himself. I've just watched and done a little bit of reading about him moving to the woods after, you know, all these years of working in like a factory in the city. And then he left all that behind and then moved to Alaska, built a cabin, and like lived the rest of his days there. But the idea for me that was so appealing is like, it's the middle of nowhere. There's no like road to his house. His buddy flew him in there on a plane that had buoys on it, right? So he could land on the water. It's like a lake plane. I can't remember what the proper term is, but amphibious. And so they would come and they would bring him supplies every couple months or whatever during the warm months during the winter. I don't remember if they came and visited him at all during the winter because the whole lake froze over.
Right.
But it was very interesting because you don't have access to anything else, right? Like,
right.
You can't go gamble. You can't go murder anybody.
Right.
You can't, you know what I mean? Like, there's nobody to lust over. It's just you, just the animals.
You might be able to order some magazines.
Yeah, but back then it would have been way harder than like now. Like back then, I said, there's no mail even getting to you. His buddy had to bring him everything.
That's what I'm saying, dude. His buddy's probably hooking him up.
His buddies do that, you know.
There was a period in there where there was probably a lot of hand action.
No.
I would think so.
You think so?
Living alone by yourself for like 30 plus years?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
I think some of these guys just lose the appetite.
No. I think you eventually would lose that appetite. But if you're in your like,
he's 50s.
Then maybe
you know, like he
maybe
retired and
maybe
moved
not.
away. You know what I mean? Like
maybe not.
I don't know.
I know some 50-year-olds that like to get down, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah, to each their own, I say.
So
Whatever you're into, you know. But.
I always thought the idea of like going out and just like in the middle of nowhere and doing stuff, but I would never want to do it by myself, like ever.
Anymore, I don't. And I was just talking to my dad earlier today. There's some trips I still would really like to try and go on, but it's going to only become exponentially harder from here. Because a few of them, I'm going to need at least one other person to help me, I think, to accomplish like some of these journeys that I want to go on. But currently, I'm the only one whose life is wild enough and is low enough maintenance, I think, that it's easy for me to just go do these things.
Right.
And I don't know anybody else in the same kind of situation that would be willing to, or it's crazy enough to go do this stuff with me.
Right. Or has a liking in it as much as you do.
Right.
They might be crazy enough, but they might just not care about it. I mean,
I ain't never met nobody crazy as me.
No. I don't
I mean,
know.
some crackheads maybe, but
I was about to say, I got everything I put out on the side of that road today, dude, somebody's picked up. And I put a lot of stuff out there. I'm not even.
That's hilarious.
But today,
yeah,
my grandma asked if we could all come to church with her. So this was the old Church of Christ I used to go to. Grew up at it. And it's like their homecoming, to where it's like they want you to come back, like just for a day so you can check in with anybody. And I love this stuff, mind you. My grandma was like, I want every grandkid there. She's like, I want to be like an army when we pull up there. And she ended up being able to get me and Cammie coming. My cousin Savannah, her husband Brady, their two kids, Rhett's girlfriend come. My brother came. My mom came. And the only one we sadly missed out on was Jake and Caitlin. And, dude, walking into this place with all of us together, there's no better feeling. There's not. It's the coolest thing ever because even though we don't all see each other every time, every person in this place knows how much we all love each other. And it's the coolest thing in the world to me. That's why I want to have a bunch of kids. It's like I'd love to have just like an army follow me around because the camaraderie and everything like this, like check this out. And I can't show this to the view. Well, actually, maybe I can. I could probably put this on the pod. But we got like everybody there.
That's cool.
It was the coolest thing ever. And there's nothing in this world that I would do to give that up. I mean, if thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars or me do, like the only thing that I could not do is like rebuke Jesus, because Jesus is the one that gave me all of that. So I can't do that, obviously. But yeah, I'm well, actually, I think I've been here for a long time. That so many people from when I grew up called me a people pleaser.
Yeah.
And it's not because I want to go around and please everybody. And you know that about me. That's not how I am. But I think there's something so powerful and you finding people that you can be friends with. And I'm not saying you have to be best friends with everybody. Not at all. I'm saying you can, like, me and my brother, like, we don't see each other every day. But I know that dude's got my back forever. And that's good. I don't have to have anything like that because he knows I'm doing stuff and I know he's doing stuff. And that's just the way that it is. But yeah,
it's funny you mentioned that. Being
alone is could be like when SpongeBob goes like rock bottom and there's no way out of it. But eventually you just having the right attitude about it is so much more likely to get you out.
Yeah.
Than you're just going to sit there and dwell in it.
No, I agree with that. And I think having those support circles to help you, to my original point, like, it's amazing what you can find out by talking to people and just being open and telling them really what you're dealing with, what you got going on. I've got some spiritual stuff in the works. I don't really want to. I can't really drop, but I've got some people that I'm working on that I think we may go to church together, me and some folks.
Cool.
And that could be really cool.
That's awesome.
It really could be cool. And so, ironically,
have you got to go to one service yet?
With this person?
Yes.
No.
Gotcha.
I need to talk to him this week. I got to find a slick way to bring it up because they're similar to me. We've got some similarities.
Cool.
And I think that's one of the only reasons that me and this individual got to talking about it, and they were like, you need to come to church with me sometime.
That's awesome.
And this person doesn't go. And I'm like, come to church with you? And they're like, yeah, it's where my family goes. And I'm like...
But they don't go.
And I said, I'd love to go with you.
Yeah.
So now I've got to figure out a time that we
Sundays
can meet up. Yes, I know, but
okay.
They've been busy, and I've been busy, and
Gotcha.
But they wanted to take me to like where their family goes.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
And I thought, would that not be cool if somebody who's not really been going?
Yeah.
We could get them, at least
for sure
a couple times a year. Maybe I could go with that person.
Yeah.
I'm picky.
Right.
So we'll see. But optimistic.
That's cool, dude.
Yeah, and I thought it was really interesting. We had some good conversation. I thought, man, that's really good progress.
That's awesome.
For me personally, it's progress.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I'm always trying to, that's what we talk about, right? It's about getting people closer. And so somebody who currently isn't close, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, that's already like the first step to every relationship. Mm-hmm. It's just doing it.
Yeah. So I've got some fun stuff I'm trying to work on, but I think by talking to like that guy and talking with you and talking with other people, I'm slowly, hopefully, I'd like to think so. I'm not doing anything close. I'm still probably a wicked person by Jesus' standard, but...
Also, everybody is.
But I think I may be doing better. I'm hoping, less sin.
How do you... I always ask this question, I think probably every podcast. How are you going to track this?
Some of it just by my own...
You want me to tell you something I did at one time? It was not my idea. I got this. It had to happen. But I was at a character camp one time, and it was write a letter to yourself in a year where you would hope you're going to be. Mm-hmm. And then if you keep tracking to achieve that, then you can say, hey, am I better this time, or I'm better this way, or whatever. And it's hilarious because you completely forget this letter is a thing. Completely. And then it comes back a year later, and you're like, whoa. You're like, that's it. And I think I had one at one time that was like, I hope by next year I'm going to be married. And I was getting married. And I was like, this is awesome. and I didn't even ask Cammie yet.
Yeah.
So I haven't done it in a long time. We started doing it at character camp back when I would go to character camp at school. And then I taught character camp for a little while, so then you carried it on. But the coolest thing is they always made the teachers write it down too. And then, now obviously you read that and you're not going to be all the way, all the time. It's like Matthew McConaughey says, and I love him more than anything. He says, my role model is me in 10 years.
Right.
He's like, but then I get there, and they're like, did you achieve? You're like, no. My role model is in the next 10 years.
Right.
Me in the next 10 years.
Yeah.
And as long as you can always keep trying to improve, then you'll never catch it. But you can become awful close. I used to say something every single morning, even before like the mornings I was praying. And I'm trying to remember exactly how I said it, because now I just pray every morning. But it was something that was along the same lines that involved Jesus in it or whatever. I don't know why I didn't pray. It was just I always woke up and I said this. But it was something along the lines of, if you wake up every day and achieve to be perfect, you'll never get it, but you can come awful close. And awful close is sometimes not in anybody's wheelhouse. But if you keep trying, you never know.
Right. It's closer than if you didn't try.
That's right.
No, I think that's a good point. So, but I'm just saying, rely on some of those people, and use being able to talk to them and whatnot
Right.
to get better. And it's easier when you have even just somebody with you. I don't know. I think
What do you mean?
for me, I've been noticing recently, I've been picking certain people. And there's certain things or attributes that they have that I like. And it's like, it's easier for me to be a better person when I'm hanging around you. Or like at work, there's some professionalism. There's some areas in my professionalism that I think are lacking that I'm wanting to work on. And it's easier for me when I think about Nick working with us, because I think Nick is crazy professional.
Mm-hmm.
And so I love to remind myself of that stuff. And so it's easier, like, when they're close by, for some reason, it triggers in my brain more easily.
Just to try to be better?
Yeah, and it just to keep it more fresh, top of mind, you know.
Right.
Like if I'm about to do something and I'm at work, okay, well, I work with this guy who wouldn't do that, so let me not do it that way.
Right.
Let me do it a different way.
Yeah, for sure.
Or like if I'm over here, right, and some stuff pops off, right, it's much easier for me to be like, okay, well, how's Dylan acting? Okay, well, that's how. Okay, I'm be chill too. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, I'm
It keeps it fresher in my mind.
Yeah. You just see somebody else do it.
Yeah, it's easier to do what you see, I guess. You know.
And I think that's so important, because a lot of people say, like, you should start really trying to, like, mature up when you have a kid, because that kid's always watching you. Dude, people are watching you all the time. What are you talking about?
I literally, by the way I act, influence the people who work with me.
Yeah, for sure. So it's like, why don't you just act the right way all the time?
Yeah.
And then people are going to start, hopefully, feeding off of that. And there's going to be times where you're going to see things that happen that are against the way that you think, and you just got to try to not let that affect you on that realm.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a hard thing to do. I think it's gotten a lot easier as I've got older. Like, you get in some kind of groups of people and you think, oh, it might be okay to say this word or this or whatever. And then now you get older, it's like, I don't have to do any of that.
Yeah.
It's like, it doesn't matter whatsoever. I don't have to stay up till midnight every Tuesday and get trashed just because my buddies do it. I don't have to do that anymore. So, I never did it to begin with, but there was a level of me judging them that I didn't want to associate with me with other people like this.
Right.
But then there's also the same level of you hoping that they start kind of seeing you, and you want them to change for the best too, just like the guy that you're talking about going to church with.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if he doesn't go to church before, but he sees you in the state that you're in, he's like, hey, I can go to church with him. And then that's a double whammy. You got two people.
Yeah, it was very interesting because it kind of goes back to some of these books that I've been listening to here recently.
Interesting.
This, like these ideas of how to influence people. Well, guess what? Some of the easiest ways is to let them, like as soon as they come up with an idea, feed it in the direction that you think it would be healthiest.
Yeah.
So, like, if I'm telling them about all this stuff and I'm telling them, yeah, you know, I went to church with my friend the other day and yada, 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 and I'm not sure about this and I'm not sure about that. And they're like, oh, dude, they don't do that over here where my family goes to church. You should try it out with me. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
And I'm like, this guy don't even go. But he wants to bring me along. So then it's like, but you got to be quick. So I processed all that real fast, and I'm like, I'd love to go.
Yeah.
And they're like, I can't this weekend. I literally won't be in town. And I'm like, okay. And so we talk about it, and they're like, all right, in a couple of weeks, I think I'll be able to go. We should go. And I'm like, all right, sounds good. And so now I need to hit them up this week and see if this coming weekend they would be available.
Yeah, stick on it.
Yeah, and I think that would really be fun. But to remind them, the best way to help keep them wanting is to remind them it was like their idea. Like, hey, man.
For sure.
It's like, I want to hit you up, You talked about taking me along. I'd love to tag along with you.
Yeah.
Not them tag along with me. You see what I'm saying? So, like,
right. Well, you've never been there.
Right, but I could lead. taking charge isn't hard though. To be like, hey, you told me about your church. I'm going to go this weekend. You should come with me.
If you do that, that's big balls.
Yeah, but I think that's not going to persuade this type of person. I think to get them, you're going to have to tell them, hey, man, you'd invited me. I'd really like to go with you.
That'd be wild if he was like, if you said that and he was like, I'm good. You can still go by yourself. I'd be like,
So,
but that's big balls on you though. That's awesome.
But I'm not.
It's like
I'm not after any accolades for that. I think it'd be good for us to both go.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
anytime you can bring somebody along to get closer to Jesus, wow, that's always awesome.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, going. It's like, have you ever been to movies by yourself? So I've been a handful of times.
I can't recall any right now, but
there's a similar feeling when you walk into a church by yourself, because you're like, nobody knows you, and you're kind of like a chameleon. But it's up to you on how you want this to go. Literally, like you can go say hi to 20 people, or you don't have to say hi to nobody. You can just sit down.
Yeah.
And I think that feeling's cool. I like doing that stuff.
I wanted just to play it out when we went recently. When we all went.
Yeah.
I just wanted to feel it out. I wasn't going to go in there and like.
Well, that's what you're doing at this one too.
And turn it on, and be like, all right.
Well, yeah, that's what you'll be doing at this one too. But you're the one that gets to make that decision, though.
Right.
Yeah.
But I wasn't going in there to sell everybody on John. I was going in there to see what these folks was about.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm not saying go in and sell them on John. I'm saying go in there and get to know them because they are a product of that.
Right. But it also tells me something. Like, I want to know what kind of people are in there. Because if you show up and everybody's just like, ooh, there's a new guy. And you can tell everybody's kind of talking in their own groups, and you notice. Versus like when we went, that lady came over there and she started talking to us. And
right.
I think that's a healthier environment. Because like if you're the new person, if nobody can be like, hey, I haven't seen you around. Like, I think that's cool whenever you have that ability. When you have somebody who's a regular, who has the ability to come up and be like, hi, I'm so-and-so, blah, 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 and just get a little bit of discussion going.
Yeah, but I think that's cool with anybody, though. Like, at the church I go to on a regular, if a guy came in and he started talking to me first, I would be like, dude, this is awesome. And it's like, and I'm not like anything high up at my church or anything like that. And we don't know if that lady was either. But there's a huge thing with being outspoken. There is. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying you have to go around and like yell and pronounce everything that you believe in all the time to every single buddy, but there's something huge in about you walking up to somebody and talking to them about anything.
Yeah.
And when you can do that, I think that instantly to the person that you're talking about, because the same way that the lady talked to us, there's a sense of calmness, kind of, unless they're trying to do something crazy or something, unless they're trying to rob you or something. But hopefully that's not happening. But there's a level of calmness that instantly comes over because you're like, this person was willing to come up and talk to me. So I imagine that every time I go talk to somebody else. It's like they're about to. My job is to come to them with kindness and try to make them feel calm. And when you can do that, normally it's actually pretty easy. You just be a good person this day and time, and they'll do it. But I'm just encouraging people not only just to wait for somebody else to walk up to you, go talk to somebody.
No, yeah, I think that's good. I think I have a really good knack for feeling out the energy. And it's ironic because most of the time, if everybody's already in a good positive energy and chit-chatting, I don't feel the need to go talk to anybody. Because I can, but I just don't feel like it.
See, I do.
Versus if I see somebody who I think needs some energy, or maybe their energy's not where it could be.
Right.
That's more where I hone in.
So,
because I don't know. And it's not because I'm looking for a challenge or anything.
Right.
But it's because those are the people who I think fall through the cracks.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Whereas like, no, brother, I don't want you to fall through the cracks. Let me talk to you.
Yeah, for sure. I'm with you. What's funny is you said that you're really good at picking up on like how'd you say it?
The energy.
The energy. I figured out I'm not that good at picking up the energy, but what I'm fantastic at, it's changing the energy. And so I guess that's why like me and your brains just work different, because it's like I see anybody and I'm like, what could I go talk to them about? And it could might be just the random thing ever, but I've had a lot of customers that I've learned to be able to, even if they come up to me and talk to me and they're having a bad day or something like that,
yeah.
What do I know about this individual on how I can change that energy? But like I said, because I can't read it for a darn. It's like if somebody's upset,
yeah.
If they're really upset, I can tell. But I'm gonna do everything I can not to make you upset. I'm gonna do whatever it is to try to be able to change everybody's attitude,
right,
to the good attitude.
Well, it's like, I don't know. I've just got a good pulse for it. Even though, like, I get in funks a lot. I call them funks now. I don't know. Whatever. I get in these, like, ruts.
Probably a good word.
But where I struggle to get my energy up, but I can still read and give the best I can to, like...
Yeah, for sure.
To boost everybody up, right?
Yeah.
And, like, the other day, I had to make a delivery for work.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember there was this weird energy, awkward energy between me and the security guard. But he had a shirt that says Super Dad, so you know what I'm about to do.
Yeah.
I said, "What's up, Super Dad?" He busts out laughing.
Right.
And he's like, "Oh, you like that?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's good." He said, "My daughter got it for me. I wear it proud." I said, "I would wear it proud too."
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, there's no awkward energy anymore.
No,
this
not at
guy
all.
is freaking. He's smiling. He's laughing.
Yeah, for sure.
We're vibing. It's like, all right, we're cool.
Yeah. There's a guy on TikTok, and I follow him. I love him. And all he does is walk up and down New York Street and give people compliments.
Yeah.
About just random stuff. And after watching that so many times, you remember the challenge that I did with you and the girls? Remember that?
Yeah.
Watching that video just gave me just like no fear of talking to anybody random, because if you can get them in like a genuine compliment about something, normally they're pretty cool with talking to you if you're not acting like a creeper or anything like that. So a lot of the ones that I ask the questions to, that's kind of how the conversation would have started or something like that. Or so, I mean, nowadays anybody walks up to your street and it's like, "Dude, I have a question for you. Mind answering it?" They're like, "Sure." Yeah, which that makes it pretty easy too. But
it's funny you mentioned that. I seen somebody the other day and I almost pulled a Dylan.
Yeah,
I was leaving the store and I thought, that's a cool outfit, and I almost said something.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't know. The energy wasn't right. I was trying to feel the energy, and so it just wasn't. It wasn't there.
Yeah.
Whereas like you'd have been like, "Hey man, that's a cool outfit."
Yeah, you're for real.
You'd have just said it. So I almost said it anyways, but then I don't know. I didn't have the right vibe.
Because then sometimes you got to stop the vibe and pull them out of the vibe to be able to pull them out of their self, give them this compliment, and let them take it back. And sometimes that can just change I've never had anybody tell me a compliment, genuine one, and my day be bad after that. Now, unless, there was like some big change of terms, but if it's all in my head, if it's just a normal day and I'm feeling down in the dirt and then somebody comes up to me and it's like, "Dude, you look like that guy from Superman." I'm like, "What?" I'm so confused. It's like it's making me happy. So, yeah, I think we need to get back to a world where just everybody is giving each other compliments anymore. It's like there's this girl that goes to our gym right now, and I think she's like probably in her like 40s. I don't know for sure. And it's super impressive on how much she can dumbbell bench press. And I went up to her, and which that part's kind of awkward, but then you just try to be genuine and keep your distance to where you don't feel weird on her. And I pulled my headphones out, and I kind of went up to her, and I kind of did this or something like that. And she pulled her headphones out. And I was like, "Hey," I was like, "I'm really, really curious." I was like, "How long have you been working out for?" And she was like, 6 months. And I said, "Well, I want to let you know, if nobody else has, how impressive that is." I was like, that you've done that in 6 months. And then we get in this conversation. She's like, yeah. She's like, my trainer actually wants me to do more, but I'm scared to do it if I'm by myself. And I was like, just let me know. And I was like, and I'll come spot you. It's no problem. And she was like, thanks. I really appreciate that. And I was like, yeah, that's it. And I was like, and there's so many different things like that that you could pick out about stuff. And we just got to get back to a place to where that happens a whole lot. Because I'm trying to imagine a time like, can you imagine a time where you've complimented somebody and it's backfired? Like a genuine compliment?
No.
That's also not with a buddy.
I remember trying to like give one time and that backfired, but
You tried to give a compliment and it backfired?
tried to spark up conversation in general.
What do you But it was a compliment?
Well, I wasn't going to give him a negative remark.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. I'm like, if you just walked up to him and you're like, how's the weather?
No, I wouldn't say
Oh, okay. I got you.
I want to say nothing dumb. I've been talking about that more, too. That was like, once again, at work. But I was on that same delivery run that same day. And I was talking to somebody, and I said, hey, like, how are you? They're like, oh, I'm good. How are you? And I'm like, I'm good. And then I noticed myself saying it again, but this time I wanted to take it a different route. And because I know they know that I'm saying it a second time. And so I'm like, hey, how's it going? But now let me add something. I'm like, how busy have you been today? Has it been bad? It's been a good day?
Yeah.
And I added a little extra something to get them flowing, right? And they're like, oh, it ain't been bad today, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, really? Tell me about that. As soon as you get them talking and you hit them with a tell me about that,
Yeah.
people want to talk.
Yeah, for sure.
You just got to get them to tell you about it.
Absolutely.
So just ask that question. Hey, tell me about that.
Yeah. One of my favorite things I've been asking people is, what's going on in life? Because if it is work,
yeah,
and they say it with a passion, I know I can continue talking about their work. But if they're like, man, I work a whole lot.
Yeah.
Push him a little bit harder. Be like, dude, there's no way you just work all the time. And then he'll normally say, well, I collect trains or something. And you're like, oh, that's crazy. How many you got? Or blah, 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 blah. And then you talk to him about all that stuff.
You know what's ironic about me?
Huh?
Is I know just enough about a lot of different stuff that I could probably get the conversation going a little quicker for me. Whereas like you, I don't think need it. I think you have the ability to pull that out of them and get them to start going down that path. Whereas like they're like, I like trains. I'm like, oh, you got an HO model?
Yeah.
Like what kind of size trains are you into?
Right.
And they're like, no, I'm actually into blah 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 blah. And I'm like, oh.
See, the only thing I can't do that on is sports. And it's just because I think sports are a lot of BS. That's just me. But
sports, I have a personal.
It's like, dude, did you watch the Razorbacks? No.
I have a really strong problem with sports at times. So that's why I struggle to connect with people on sports. And so like my uncle, beautiful example. He's one of the guys that knows all the stats. And he's re-watching old football games.
Yeah.
I have no interest in rewatching a football game.
I have no interest in sports in general.
Like, don't get me wrong, I don't mind going to like a real like a actual baseball game every once in a while.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that.
But I don't care enough to like go to an MLB versus like a minor league game.
Yeah.
Whereas like talking to our friend Connor, he was like, "There's no point in going.
Yeah, right.
If I'm not going to the MLB."
He's into it.
And I'm like, "What do you mean? You just said you want to go to a baseball game." I'm like, "Let's go to Little Rock."
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, I don't want to go."
Yeah, I want big time.
I'm like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, well, then you're never going to go. I know you. I'm like, if you're not willing to go to Little Rock, then you're not going.
No, that's the one. And it's funny that I tell my customers that now.
Yeah.
They're like, dude, did you watch the Razorbacks or whatever? I'm like, dude, I don't watch any sports at all.
It's a new problem I actually have with my family. I don't mind calling it. I'll put them on blast for a second.
Do it.
I don't feel like in my household, people have been real big on sports.
Mm-hmm.
There's like my brothers. No, they're probably the heaviest into it out of any of the people that I've in my like growing up household. Mom, dad, brother, me, brother. Okay.
Yep.
The two of them was the most into it out of anybody. And they probably still know the most. But it seems like recently everybody decides like, oh, it's fall. Let's put on a football game. I don't care about this.
Yeah.
The same way you don't care about watching somebody shoot a gun and giving me a review.
Right, for sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
It's like, can we find some common ground here? Because I don't want to
Probably
watch
not.
the football.
Probably not.
They're
That's just the moment you just got to leave.
And then people, yeah, I do.
That's what I do.
I do anymore. My new thing, because I think I've decided after talking to you, congratulations.
Well, cool.
You have.
I don't know what we're talking about.
You've really helped me hone in on some areas. I like to work,
Yeah.
and I think we've come up with that at this point. I like it,
Yeah.
and so when everybody gets upset because John left and he went and did work, who cares? Because at the end, I got some work done, and I'm going to sleep better because of it. Literally, I'm going to sleep better.
Whoa, I'm already stopping you there.
Come on.
If you're not going to bed till 1 a.m., you're not sleeping better on it.
Hey, what did I tell you before the podcast started? I'm trying to get better
Yeah,
at that.
and that's what I'm saying.
Good luck.
That's awesome.
We're going to struggle. That's one of the
That's
things I'm
awesome.
going to struggle with. But
I mean,
We'll
a lot
work
of
on that.
millionaires don't sleep.
I
But-
don't sleep much. It is
but-
what it is right now. But I get a lot of work done. I've got
Right.
work. I've got work I need to do tonight. Sad part is I left my computer at work.
You had work at like actual work that you had to do tonight?
No, just some brownie points I was going to get.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
Because it's not technically work.
Yeah. But it is. It sucks.
But no, it
Can't
does.
believe I left my computer.
No, it does. Oh, the leaving the actual computer stuff.
Yeah, because it wouldn't have took me long to get it done. I just needed
Right.
my computer to type it up. It's hard to type it up on my phone. I'm needing to send an email tonight.
Oh, no, I can't help you. On
Doing
that.
it on my phone's really tough. Doing it from my
Just
computer's
talk.
much easier. Yeah, but then sometimes like I can't, like I can format it better on my computer. It's a whole thing. We'll see.
Interesting.
My phone's pretty powerful. I can do a Word document on there. I may do that, upload that. We're off track.
No, I mean, we're still all in the ballpark of.
But I like getting that stuff done. And like I do that stuff at night. Like, and
Right.
here recently, I've been setting a goal for myself, ironically.
Cool. We're all about goals.
If I'm gonna do work at night, I've got till 10:30.
Okay.
At 10:30, we got to shut it down.
I like it.
It doesn't matter if I was right in the middle of blah, blah, blah. Shut it down.
I like
It's
it.
10:30. We got to shut that down. Because most likely, if I'm up till 10:30, I'm probably not going to get in bed till 11.
Right.
And then it takes me 30 minutes. Now it's 11:30 or later,
Right.
et cetera, et cetera. So, but I think I at least get enough sleep at that point that I can work hard the next
If
day.
you're going to bed at 10 and you wake up at 7,
Yeah,
you're golden.
right.
I mean, yeah, you're good, dude.
So,
Well, I encourage that. I'm all about all that stuff. I don't have no problem with you working. I do think you need to sleep though. So, and eat and all that other junk.
yeah.
So
I've been struggling in those departments. Is what it is, though.
now I've been eating crap. Is what mine has been.
I had a huge argument yesterday about this. This is actually great. And talking to a personal trainer.
Eating crap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So let's. I'm gonna tie this in to the spiritual. You're gonna like this. This is
Okay.
good. All right. So if the Lord, based on our thinking, our logic, being a couple of faith-based guys,
Okay.
if I believe that the Lord has baked up all these delicious goodies, right, that are naturally produced in the earth,
Mm-hmm.
right, for me and you and everybody else, that's the best way for me to consume the vitamins and the minerals and the nutrients that my body needs to do X, Y, and Z.
True.
Whatever task I want to complete,
Yes.
that's the best way to fuel it. Okay,
Correct.
perfect. Now that we got that out of the way, or said,
One ingredient foods.
I had a whole argument on how hard it is to get like all of this nutrients in.
Mm-hmm.
And they argued that, okay, yeah, you may not get as much fish oils as taking a 5,000 milligram fish oil pill, but you can take these steps in the right direction, and that it's not as expensive as everybody makes it sound.
What's not expensive?
Eating healthy, not eating all this junk.
Oh, that's a lie.
They said it's not a lie.
It's a lie for me. I mean, that I guess that's probably the better statement. I guess like just an example, like lean ground beef.
Yeah,
is more expensive than the fattiest ground beef.
right.
Now, there could be a whole argument there on which one's really, really better for you. I know which one has less calories in it, more protein, and that's the one that I'm going for.
Right.
But like that example, there's like one example. And then if you like fruit and vegetables, is more expensive than a frozen pizza I can put in my
right, but I was arguing with them over
I could case that pizza. 1,300 calories in like 5 minutes.
Right, but that goes back to eating junk. Like if I was going to cut junk out and I wanted to try to optimize, going and buying supplements, because that's where I went to the supplement store.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And I was arguing with them over it because they were like, because I was looking at a thing of greens. It's been I don't know, seems to be really popping right now.
Athletic greens, dude.
All these people talking about greens, this and green. I went on a week not eating, just drinking my greens.
Yeah, it's absurd.
I'm like, okay, I don't really know what you're trying to achieve with that, but either way, let's say you wanted to get it all in, though. You're trying to get your nutrients, you're trying to get your greens in, you're trying to get your protein in, you're trying to get your fish oils in, and you're taking supplements to do that, right? Which you're not, first off, you're not getting any fish oils out of a pizza, right?
No, not at all.
Protein's going to be in the tank.
No, not really. Cheese has a ton of protein in it. It's got a lot of fat in it, too.
Just like my mom. Here we go.
Pepperonis.
Got a lot of protein in it.
I think that frozen pizza I eat, I think it has like 53 grams protein in it.
Right. But how much fat and all that?
Oh, dude, it's absurd.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's absurd.
Versus, like, imagine you eat some chicken.
Yeah.
With a salad.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you have...
Not a whole lot of ranch, but yes.
Yeah, you're going to have to go light on the ranch.
Yeah, you have to go light on ranch.
You need to get on that olive oil.
Like 2 tablespoons of ranch is like 230 calories.
Yeah, you need to go with that, like, I think it's like a tablespoon of olive oil dressing.
Olive oil has a lot of calories in it, too.
Right. But the type of fats it's made out of are better for you.
Yes, they are better for you.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Well, but I had this whole debate on, like, if you're going to be healthier, happier, live a better life, you know, what are you intaking?
Right.
And so I'm looking to maybe this holiday season cut back on, like, compared to last year. I think last year, dog, I probably ate in total like probably 5 to 10 whole pies. This is in like the winter months. So let's say from February to October to February, I probably ate 5 to 10 whole pies, 5 to 10 cakes. I don't even know how many cookies. 1,000 cookies.
Dang.
Maybe not that much. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but I don't think I am. Okay.
I don't know.
I mean, lots of Little Debbie's, pounding them things.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You couldn't even imagine how many Little Debbie's I put down.
No, I can't because I don't like Little Debbie's.
At one point, here recently, actually, I was eating 2 oatmeal cream pies at a time.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
That's good for you.
Like a fiend, I was in there.
Yeah.
And so I need to cut back on that stuff. These are just personal things. Little goals I need to set.
Yeah.
And I think that the Lord is giving me the stuff I need. I just need to utilize His resources more than the stuff that these scientists are whipping up in the labs. Now, look, it's good stuff. And I'm not saying to cut it 100% out.
Yeah.
You can have a Little Debbie every once in a while. That's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I need to probably do better on, like, making sure that I'm eating more real, actual food.
I would say so. Yeah.
So I'm working on that, and I think it's gonna create better, not only for my body but for my mind.
Yeah,
that's been
definitely
a huge focus recently in the past couple of years. People are talking about these neurotropics and stuff.
Yeah,
and I think that is a big overlooked portion of it. feeding your brain.
Cammy just recently figured this out, and I've been preaching this for years, but nobody
This is
listens to
gonna
me.
be good.
And it's fine. You keep doing what you want to do. I ain't got no problem with it.
Yeah.
But Cammy's like, why is it when I eat something sweet, like 5 minutes after that, I can't think about anything? It's like, well, she can, but it's just like it's all over the place.
Yeah.
And I said, what else have you ate today? Nothing. Just that. And I'm like, try some protein before it and then eat it. Recently, Cammy's came to me, and Cammy's like, I need to start eating more protein. So I went and got, we've been getting protein shakes at Dollar General for $2. Dollar General, if you're watching this, you better not put those things out of stock. I'll buy every single one of those suckers. And
For how many?
one.
Oh, it's $2 a per.
$2 per
Okay,
for 30 grams of protein. They had one.
30 grams.
30 grams. They had one there that was 50 grams for $3.50. I was like, dude, I will buy all these.
That's
if you
pretty
bring these
impressive,
in.
actually.
It's pretty impressive.
That's pretty impressive.
And I think it tastes good. Camby thinks it tastes a little thick. Anyway, all this to say, recently I've got Cammy to where she'll start drinking one of these, and most of the time she don't finish it. But even if she drinks 3/4 of it, she can go eat a piece of cake after that, and she's still locked in.
Mm.
And I've noticed that in sales meetings. If somebody brings donuts in and I don't have any sort of protein beforehand and I eat that, dude, my whole brain's all over the place. But if I have one thing of protein, I can eat 3 donuts,
Right.
and I'm still locked in.
Well, I think it even goes back to something that I've noticed.
Protein should be the first thing that you eat every single meal that you do.
Well, and how do I put this?
My opinion.
There is a such thing, I think, as a healthier protein.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm sure.
So if I go get a quarter pounder from McDonald's, which, by the way, I'll mac down, no sweat.
Oh, same. 53 grams of protein in that mug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when it hits my stomach, let's say today I leave here and I'm gonna go mow the yard because it's cooled off.
Right.
I'm gonna be out there, and eventually at some point it's gonna hit me, and I'm gonna be like, woof. I'm feeling that hamburger. Whereas, hear me out, if I eat the same amount in like a grilled piece of chicken
Yeah, or just grilled lean beef.
or grilled meat, even
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
I'm like, man, I can go longer
Yeah, for sure.
because there's not that extra like grease and stuff that's
Yeah.
weighing on me.
And it's less calories.
Yeah,
It's more filling.
yeah, and that's
So-
why I argue all the time about sushi. Hear me out.
Yeah.
And for a guy that's I'm not a big rice guy. Not a big rice guy.
I eat a lot of rice, but it's not near my favorite. I just haven't found a good
No.
substitute.
I had some good rice over the weekend. That's the best rice I've had in years.
I have 90-minute rice every single day.
Yeah,
time.
that's
with a lot of lean.
I mean,
beef.
my
Well,
brother-
actually, it's not lean beef.
he did it for I don't even know how long. That and just straight up grilled chicken.
Oh, dude, I used to heck when I was 18. That was before Cammy came along. That was my meal I cooked every night.
Yeah.
Grilled chicken, rice, and broccoli.
The chicken
It's the
knife.
dumbest thing I've ever done in my entire life. We continue.
Well, okay, but that goes into my point. So with sushi, you got the seaweed wrap, which I don't think it accounts for anything.
Not really.
Then you've got the white rice, which is a little bit of a filler. Keeps you a little bit fuller.
yeah.
But it's healthier. It's not been fried. It's not this. It's not that. It's a healthy grain. I'm pretty sure it's considered a grain. Rice is.
Yeah.
And then you've got the raw. For me, tuna. I'm a tuna guy, or salmon, whatever. But
Yeah,
the
yeah.
raw meat. Now you have the vegetable rolls that are good as well. But if you want some protein, hone in with me. A good tuna roll, which is a particular favorite of mine. I feel like I could go do gymnastics after smashing. I could probably smash 3 to 4 tuna rolls, and that would be like I'm full, and I could still go do work because I think it's so light
See, that's the thing with
in
tuna
my
rolls.
system.
Tuna rolls with me, dude. It's like I'll eat it and
Yeah.
I feel full, and 5 minutes later I'm hungry again. And to like that's just to me though. Everybody breaks down food a tad bit different.
Right, but I also think sometimes, like I could eat again, but am I really hungry, or am I just wanting?
Right.
Am I just wanting to eat?
Right. Yeah. I have a hard time with this whole conversation just because that's not my mindset. I can't. Honestly, to this
Yeah.
day, John Boy, I can't imagine what it's like to just eat. Every time I sit down to get something, How much is protein is in this?
Oh.
How long am I going to be full if I eat this? Blah 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 blah. You don't even understand, dude.
That's
like,
wild.
When I sit down to eat anywhere,
yeah,
that's what I'm thinking. I had a protein shake this morning. We're peeling out to go to church, and I look at Cammy and I said, "Hey, you probably need to get something to eat." Cammy was like, "Okay, I'll go in there and I'll get a croissant or something like that." Fully thinking that I'm going to get something too. I don't get nothing. So anyway, I'm sitting there now, and Cammy was like, "I didn't know you wanted anything." And I was like, "Oh, that's all good or whatever." And then Cammy was like, "Eat half that croissant." And I was like, "If I eat half that croissant, it can hold me off for an hour and a half." I said, "I'll eat half that croissant." I'm not even lying.
That's
while
wicked.
simultaneously thinking how many calories is in that.
Yeah,
because I don't want to be fat. So, yeah, I can't imagine what it's like to be you guys. Like, you guys are a different breed of person at this point.
What do you mean, though?
The way that I look at food compared to you guys.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, sometimes I got to talk about this yesterday. Let me tell you a little something about food real quick. It's an experience sometimes.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And that's what I'm about experiences. I figured this out in my life. I like a good experience. And so for me, I'm willing to invest insane amounts of time, energy, and dollars for an experience because the joy that I get out of it. That's why I have consumed insane amounts of worthless calories because the experience so good. Me and Connor and Johnny bonded like you could have never believed over the most Italian food I've ever purchased. Ugh. I couldn't tell you. I think we both got appetizers. Me and Connor both got appetizers, plus an extra thing of bread because he didn't realize.
Did work pay for this?
No.
Oh.
And because he didn't realize that me and him both got bread with our meals. And Johnny was going to get bread with his too. So that we bought extra bread to eat with this. And we're not talking about regular bread.
Yeah.
We're talking about butter heavy with freaking seasoning. The salt. God. Surprised I didn't have a heart attack. And then
I'm surprised you didn't either.
And then we get, these. So you got these two heavy appetite. This food's all heavy. And then I get spaghetti no meat, which is that's
absurd.
No.
That's crazy.
No. That's magic. That's
no,
what that is.
There's no way.
It's so good.
There's no way.
It's so good. And then we both got 2 desserts apiece. I think we ordered almost every dessert they make.
That's nuts.
That was an experience. We sat down in the break room and we had an experience together, and we bonded. And that's what food can do for you. That's the power. That's the power.
Yeah, no, I know that.
That's what Thanksgiving's all about.
Yeah. But my whole day changes if the place sucks. Like it would not matter, and Cammy could vouch for this for me. It wouldn't matter if I was sitting down with a client that was like $1 million client,
this is gonna be
and
good.
it was going to happen 90%.
Yeah.
And I sat down and the food was garbage. The whole meeting's over. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I'm not even lying. There's only been a handful of times.
This is crazy.
There's only been a handful of times where I went out to eat.
Yeah.
And the food was too small. That's another one that really gets on my nerve.
Yeah.
Too small.
Order more.
I don't have that kind of money. That's not me. And more than likely it's not worth it.
I mean, if you're going with a company.
Like if I went out to eat at a really, really big place and the ones that give me the little things, I'll leave and not tip. It's not for me.
Dude's an animal.
I'm not there for that.
That's not your kind of experience.
That's not my kind of experience. It's like the steak restaurant we go out in. What the heck is it called?
Up at Chicago.
Chicago, yeah. Steak's like $100, and the steak's good, but I don't. Now I guess I've been to it so much, it's like it doesn't really do anything.
Mm.
But if I went in there, John Boy, and the steak sucked, my whole night is over. Like
that's crazy.
I'm not even lying.
This may be the first thing I've ever found that could ruin your day.
I will. After that, I will go right down the road to McDonald's and get a double quarter pounder because I know it will taste better.
You're
than what
a dirty dog.
I'm not even joking. It's like long short story, and then we got to go. But my mom, we went to a concert recently.
Yes.
And it was in Searcy.
Okay.
And it was me,
Yep.
Mimi,
Yep.
Mom, and Derek.
Yep.
And I was 5 minutes behind because I was pounding a frozen pizza in my car on the way to the thing. Because I'm not going to this thing without eating. That's not me. I'll be late for 30 minutes to an Aerosmith concert because I will go get food. We sat down there, and my mom and them didn't eat or anything. And my mom was like mad because she didn't eat. And I was like, I feel you. I told her, I said, I will walk down to this McDonald's and get you guys food. Because that's exactly what I would do if I was you. I don't care what kind of experience we're at. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Donald Trump walks in and my stomach's hurting. Too bad. I'm about to go get a McDouble or something of that nature.
Wow, we may have just found live
for
the
sure.
only. It's like your kryptonite.
Oh, being hungry?
Being hungry and a bad food experience.
Oh, being hungry, dude. It's
That's crazy to me. I can.
you said like the time that you get closest to sin is when I'm hungry.
That's funny. That's hilarious. I've physically been weak from not eating and powered through until I felt better.
Oh no, I'll almost just give up.
It won't even ruin my.
Actually,
I don't even let it ruin my mood.
False. I won't give up. I'll never get to that because I'll never be there.
That's hilarious.
I will never. If I was working on the new Twin Towers that they're about to put up, I would leave my break, or I would leave the job site. If I was not able to eat on my break, and you can fire me after that. I'm not joking. Like
I know you're not.
I'm gonna eat.
Hey, I love food though. I think it brings people together. Man.
I do too,
and
for sure.
You know,
I don't know any time food's brought people away unless they're like allergic to something.
True.
And then you take them to the hospital, and that sucks.
Even Jesus did that.
Was allergic to something?
No.
Oh,
they all came together to eat.
Oh, I know. And you look at their diet back then: bread and fish.
Well, bread and fish.
That's what he gave everybody.
That one time, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
You could have ate beef or,
Oh, yeah.
Goats.
Yeah.
I think people are sleeping on lamb, but that's just me.
I mean, I'll eat whatever kind of meat. It doesn't bother me.
I love it. I love food. I'm about to go. I'll say this and then we wrap up. But
I'll eat meat for dessert.
I need to find somebody who's willing to go try some stuff with me because I'm about to go search Little Rock area for a freaking sick Indian restaurant. And I'm literally going to physically scope them out. I'm going to go.
Indian here?
Yes.
I could show you one.
Like I'm going to go.
Me and Derek went to one.
Because I want to meet, I want to see the people that's working in there. Yeah. Because I got a particular, and then I need to know what kind of food you're making because there's some particular food that I'm wanting to try.
I'll show you a place.
We went to a little Greek shindig yesterday.
Yeah.
Me and the crew.
Nobody was Greek.
No, there were a bunch of Greek people. They was making Greek food, and it was delicious. Loved it. I love trying different types of cuisine, and it's a great way to bring people together. I may have never interacted with those people in all my life, but guess what? We can all agree on that food was gas.
Food tastes good.
It was so good.
Yeah.
So
I'm with you, dude. I'm with you. Preach it.
I'm just saying, you want to bring more people together? Get your little potluck going.
Yep.
They'll show up. They'll pull up for that.
Yep.
For some food.
Yeah, for sure.
Just a little note.
All right, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed the new style of the pod. We kind of did this a little bit with the other one too, but this is more or less the stuff we're going to be focusing on. So
I hope you got something out of it.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully you got a eye-opening enlightenment, maybe some improvement going on, because that's all we're striving to do here is just try to help people in many ways as possible. And just know out there that Jesus loves you.
Yeah.
More than you'll ever know. More than you love your husband and your wife.
For this pod, though, give us some suggestions, please. We'd love to hear from you about things that you want us to cover.
Yeah.
So.
That's it.
That's what I got.
All right, dudes and dudettes. We are out.
Out.
Later.